Hey guys, I'm Kevin here, live from home again. It's bedtime. As you can see, it's dark outside. Some of the kids are in my room behind me watching TV, and there's one of them, my beautiful angel baby. And I just wanted to bring a little brief segment. It's kind of a segue into some other things that we might be talking about here in the near future. I just wanted to get away from politics a little bit because I'm getting sick of it. And I wanted to talk about something with central banks. So, my wife was, we were talking about 9/11 and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like I've been a conspiracy theorist now for about 10 years, so I'm kind of into the old, like, 9/11 was an inside job, conspiracies, central bank, Illuminati, Boule, all that stuff. So those are the things that I was learning about. One of the first movies I watched about conspiracies was It's a Damn Shame. It's a 5 disc setup. It's kind of outdated now because that was back when being gay wasn't such like a normal thing like it is now. It's actually like you got movie stars, rappers, actors, sports stars, and they're gay and they're praised for it. And back then it was kind of like if you were gay, you were kind of quiet about it. You kept it to yourself. And so that's what It's a Damn Shame is about. It's a 5 disc set about how you have to do gay acts to become famous in Hollywood. Anyways, so I want to go back to some of my original roots of conspiracy theoryism, if you will, and talk about central banks. So in the year 2000, when George Bush became president, there were 8 countries that did not have a central banking system owned by the Rothschilds. Not to say that they don't have central banks, because some of these countries do have central banks. They're just not Rothschild central banks. There was Afghanistan, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, Cuba, North Korea, Iran, and Syria. So now the countries that still have a non-Rothschild central bank are Cuba, North Korea, Iran. Well, if you've noticed, the other countries we've been at war with, right? As of 9/11. So 9/11 happens, and you have Osama bin Laden, or Tim Osman, CIA agent, that takes credit for doing 9/11, and then all of a sudden we go into Iraq and Afghanistan and kill Saddam Hussein and eventually later Osama bin Laden. So why did we go into Iraq when we were going into Afghanistan? So it's funny is when 9/11 happened, they kind of did the thing then that they're doing now, and I talked about this on one of my last videos. Right now they have all the black people and white people hating each other. We're all mad at each other because you're black and I'm white, and now we can't get along. Back then, it was, oh my God, Muslims are terrorists. We have to just stay away from them all, right? And so they had this the government gave the people this mindset that all Muslims are terrorists. And so we go into Afghanistan, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, Syria, and we go in there and start killing people. I don't know about you guys, but an easy way to make me be a terrorist would be to come into my country, set off a bomb, and kill my kids. That would turn me into a terrorist. Although, it would be your fault, not mine. But that's neither here nor there. So what happened is that we went to war with these countries so that we can level them, start them all over again, and give them a Rothschild central banking system. Now, I do want to say this because there's this misconception that, like what Nick Cannon said, he said that Jews run the world, right? And so he came back and apologized, blah, 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 blah. It's not that Jews run the world, it's that there's a few elitist families that happen to be Jewish that run the world. It's not that all Jews run the world. Adam Sandler is not an elitist banking Rothschild guy. He's an actor, right? Your Jewish people that live in these little Jewish communities all over the place, New York, Michigan, different places, nobody's saying that you become like this rich. You can convert to Judaism. I can go convert to Judaism right now if I want to. They'll accept me. That's not going to make me rich, right? It's going to mean that I have to follow the Torah and all of that stuff, but it's not going to turn me into some elitist like person, right? So it's not just Jewish people that are elitists and run the world. It's just that these couple families happen to be Jewish. So that's what the misconception is. But not even all of them are Jewish, because you had, correct me if I'm wrong, you had J.P. Morgan, the inventor of Chase Bank. I'm pretty sure that he wasn't Jewish. I could be wrong. But he's in one of those top 3 elitist families. It's the Rothschilds, the Chase family, and then one other family I don't remember. It'll probably come back to me later. Anyway, the point is that we had to have a reason to go invade these countries, and so they started saying, oh yeah, all Muslims are terrorists, we got to kill them all. And people were brainwashed into that, and people were joining the military just to go kill terrorists, right? So what do countries like Libya and Sudan have to do, which are in Africa, just so you know? They're not in the Middle East, they're not in Asia, they're in Africa. So just in case you guys also don't know, Afghanistan and Iraq, all those countries are in Asia. They're right in the middle between Asia and Europe, but they're technically considered Asian. And so Libya and Sudan, those are in Africa, right? Those are on a whole nother continent. What do they have to do with anything? Well, you have this guy named Muammar Gaddafi. And what he wanted to do was liberate the continent of Africa. He was living in Africa, building all these beautiful mosques with gold in them, and he was trying to liberate the continent of Africa. Now, had he succeeded with that, Africa would be the only first world continent, or if you want to break it down to each country that's in Africa, it would be the only first world countries on the planet. Everybody else would be a third world country because they have so many natural resources that people use and steal and whatnot. So I pulled up this thing. I wanted to read some of the natural resources that just come out of Africa. You have diamonds, sugar, salt, gold, iron, cobalt, uranium, copper, bauxite, silver, petroleum, gas, right? Cocoa beans, but also woods and tropical fruits. So that was the problem. Sudan and Nigeria have two of the main. Listen to this now. So that would explain the thing with Gaddafi. Would explain Libya, but what about Sudan? Well, Sudan and Nigeria are 2 of the main oil producers. What is the U.S. dollar based off of? Not gold. It's based off of oil. That's right. So that's the problem, is that they needed to go in and kill all the terrorists so that they could establish a Rothschild-owned central banking system, and that way all the countries can have one banking system owned by this elitist family, the Rothschilds. And just a little fun fact about the Rothschilds. Rothschild was like a double agent in World War II. Is it Jacob D. Roth? No, it's not. Whatever the Rothschild guy is that's alive right. No, that wasn't Rothschild. Never mind. That was George Soros. Never mind. Yeah, George Soros was the half Jewish, half Nazi double agent. But yeah, so this is kind of like my old school teachings. This is one of the things that I grew up learning about. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these little mini episodes as I have thoughts or just different whatever. So if you have any thoughts, just hit me up, message me, post, comment on the post, like, share, whatever. But comment on the post, let me know what you think, what you would like to hear me cover. So I'm just kind of winging it right now. I just thinking of just different things off the top of my head. Some are enough to do a full episode on. Some are just some, hey, this is what I was thinking about today. So I wanted to come tell you guys about it. But yeah, me and my wife, we kind of just sit here and spitball back and forth about different... All right, guys, I had to edit that for a minute. So yeah, so me and my wife, we just spitball ideas back and forth between each other, and we go, hey, man, it would be cool to do an episode on this, or she'll tag me in something, I'll tag her in something. And so that's pretty much where we come up with some of our ideas. So just, like I said, like, share, comment, leave me a comment, just let me know what you think. I'm pretty much open to covering anything. A lot of stuff I already have knowledge about. I just kind of forget about it until it comes back up. So, all right, just let me know, guys. Thank you. Thanks for listening. There's Spider-Man. He's here, hanging out. Show him your Thor haircut. Ooh, Thor haircut. What? Say bye.
Bye.
Say welcome to my piano.
Welcome to my channel.
All right, thanks.